Hello, welcome to the stream tonight. Tonight we're doing some soundtrack music. If you've been following these streams, we've been doing music for my D&D campaign. And I've done some of it on stream, some of it off stream. There's a lot of it. So let's dive in and look at it, and I'll talk about what I'm going to do tonight, which is sort of a strange task, I guess. So here's the music I've got so far, and this is about an hour of music, 55 minutes, 54, 49. And basically I'm formatting this in my campaign as like loops, just stuff to put on in the background. I'm making like rendering out versions of it that are like 5-10 minutes long, and I'll play it and switch it when the party gets into combat or something like that. And some people were asking as I was working on this and in passing if I'm going to release the music, and the answer initially was no, with the idea that probably eventually, but because people are asking, I think I'm just going to go ahead and put it together. Basically, what that's going to take is making releasable versions of it, because right now stuff just sort of like ends like that, just looping. So what I want to do is come up with some kind of a soundtrack suite. Maybe I'll do like 15 to 20 minute suites, just chop things up and make the themes end up working together and make an album length version of all of it. In addition to that, we are going to try doing loopable versions of it and putting them up on the channel, just so there's free RPG music. I think there's never enough of that on the internet. I've probably dumped like 1,000 hours into streaming RPG background music on YouTube, so I feel like it's time to give back and contribute some of my own. So that's going to be the other goal here. But the first step is really just sort of putting it all together. So I just got like a writing tool up, so if I need transitions, I can have something to write with. And otherwise, I'm going to just chop pieces of these out and try to put them in order and make some like longer pieces out of the idea of having the same piece of music together. And I'll have to go back and do that on my own time, because it's going to take like 20 or 30 hours of work, but it's the fun kind of work. So I've got all these pieces of music, and I need to decide what order they're going to be in. I think I sort of had an idea for that on my desktop. I can't remember. Oh, one other thing. This is shameless self-promotion. But the How to Start a Dungeon Synth Project album, Astral Cauldron 2, Deserted Stronghold. This one is there's only 8 left of the tapes. I did a small run, 25. But go and buy that if you want it, before you regret not buying it, because on these Astral Cauldron ones, I don't have the mental capacity to do like reprints or repressings of these. It's very unlikely that I'm going to do a rerun of this, unless like the channel blows up and everyone wants it. Then I'll do like maybe a combination of all the Astral Cauldron releases that I do at that point, which is, I don't imagine the channel blowing up at all, but if it did, it probably wouldn't be until there's like at least 2 more of these tutorial series things. So, the box set, right? But anyway, if you want to be an early adopter, if you like these songs that came out of that series, there's a bunch of music. The album is Name Your Price if you want the digital, wherever that is. I don't even know where that is. Buy digital album, Name Your Price. And the cassettes are $10. Might seem kind of steep, but when you make a small run, they're expensive per unit. I think that these end up costing me $8.50 or $9 a unit, so I'm barely even, if you account for the time I'm not making money on these. But it's really kind of like what it costs when you're actually getting like decent artwork. So factoring in the cost of the artwork and the cost of the release, they're kind of expensive to make, but I'll enjoy these last 8 copies by myself if no one buys them. Thanks for watching. Let's go back to the other part. Cool. So essentially, in this campaign, there are, without revealing too much in case any of my players watch this, hi if you're here. I guess the names of the tracks are already giving stuff away. Like this one's called Cult of the Rotting Fin, and that was introduced to the players as the Church of the Rotting Fin. It's a little bit, I decided to change the name because cults don't ever call themselves cults. This one's, there's a priestess of the bitch Queen Umberly, and anyway, this is a really great piece. You know, spoilers. Don't watch further than this if you're in my D&D campaign. She got killed, and this is my music for walking in on her corpse. I think it's really good. So one thing I like doing in fantasy music is using traditional like orchestra instruments combined with like folk instruments as sort of the general basis of everything. And then what I personally like doing is I think synthesizers do a great job of representing magic in a world. So, you know, you have like the battle music is just like, you know, horns and drums and stuff like that, strings. But as soon as you've got the spellcasters involved, you've got some just completely bizarre sound effects and synthesizers. I think that works really well. That's my personal approach. And I mean, if you're working with a director that doesn't like that, work with a different director. That's not necessarily. Sometimes people have a really good vision and it's worth it to listen to it. Anyway, so that's that one. That's probably going to go much later in the series of songs. I'm actually going to put that sort of towards the end for now. This one here is sort of like a quiet, stealthy, sneaking around in the docks. It's going to be good somewhere in the middle. Let's just put that somewhere over here for now. What's this one? This one's like our sort of main theme as like a what the hell's going on version. I think this one's pretty functional as a full piece. It's related to the like happy music of the tavern. So you can kind of hear how similar that is. You take that melody and you speed it up a lot and you end up with roughly the same thing, right? Change the rhythm. Anyway, a lot of this stuff is derivative melodies, and I did that intentionally to glue it all together. And I think that's part of the reason it'll work as like a soundtrack suite. So this one felt really good. We've got a subwoofer in the room we play in, and just thud thud. So that's kind of cool. This is gonna go somewhere after, sort of towards the beginning, but not right at the beginning. I think right at the beginning I want. This was sort of the idea of starting with something along the lines of this. Like an accordion in a string section supporting an oboe. Sort of immediately shows the melodic content of the main theme, and it sounds kind of mysterious. You don't know what's going to happen. It's got that classic orchestra thing where you've got the oboe just being like, hey, I'm the best instrument in the orchestra, look at me. And I was thinking of taking this and giving it some type of a transition and going to sort of an Indiana Jones-ish adventure-y theme, which is this one here. So I think we want this to come next after some type of transition. And this one had too much low end, so I ran out of time to really check those masters, and I'm going to just filter the bass out a little bit so it doesn't kill anyone with a subwoofer. That's item properties if you're not using F2. So that's that idea, and there would be some type of a transition that might lead to introducing a drum group let's turn that down as well. Hey, Welltrav, what's up? Welcome to the stream tonight. How's your evening going, or wherever part of the world you might be in, whatever that might be. I think what I want here is a placeholder for this transition. Something like that, and then a better transition leading into that piece there. I think I would start the drum groove earlier. Okay, sounds good, Trav. And we got something like that, and that drum groove. Do I want to? No, I'm just sort of demoing this out right now. I don't want to fixate on, oh, whoops, what have I done? I don't want to fixate on any of these particular things, but. So that's our loop there, and we don't want that loop. We want that to transition also out of. Do one of those like stinger kind of things, maybe with like a where am I? Samples. There's some that I really like in here. What is it called? Gong. I think it's bowed gong. Mode. Yeah, one of those types of sound. That's the kind of sound I'm looking for. Nice. So, stacking a gong with another thing like this. Yeah. Okay. Stretch it out. Oh, that imported it at the wrong speed. Let's do that. Okay. Cool. Okay. Fantastic. Sounds good. Really loud, but let's turn them down. Doing something like that into the next track, which is probably going to be introducing the other theme, which is this one. And I have like a sweet version of that one already that I think we're just going to use as is. So let's grab that one and see if that feels good. Would that transition work? Probably not. Something better than that. Maybe it needs a little bit more of a transition here. These are still way too loud. And this can be add an extra hit. We need, what's that? Is that from here? It's not. Okay, that actually might work better. Let's get this one. A piece of this one will be a good transition, I think. Let's give it some more beats. Something like that, maybe as a starting point. Some type of a transition like that would feel good. Bring that over. Let's add an octave to this. Cool. Yeah, okay, that works. I keep auto-saving. Let's just do this. Felon's Grave Suite. Oh god, I forgot that I have it set to automatically save all media items in the new place. So now I have copies of all these files. Let's... I want to take this piece and apply some reverb to it, just to give myself a better idea of what I'm imagining. That'll be fine for my current purposes. This might actually want an intro. We don't know. This might work. It's pretty cool. How intense does this get? Hey Zig, hey Joel. This one is really spooky, yeah. Zombies. Zombies in this D&D campaign for sure. Yeah, Joel, I've got some like really evil sounding parts over here. This is basically all the music for it, and what I'm doing is trying to come up with a general idea of how this would sound as like a soundtrack suite, so that I can sort of remake it as a like album, I guess. because right now I just made it as sort of like loops to play in the background of my D&D game. There's that transition. So let's just stop it there and go to this next piece and see if this feels good. Because I really like the idea of having some kind of a transition here. Let's make these the same color. Slow us down, yeah. Hey, Gnarly Coyote. I just saw Night of the Living Dead for the first time on Sleazy P. Martini from Guar's Twitch show. It just has like it was like a Twitch movie night or something like that. Yeah, this one here is the zombies one. This is like full on zombie suite. I'm actually tempted to leave this as a separate piece because this feels like a complete piece of music here. And these other pieces are more like supposed to be soundtrack loops and they need to be thought out better. These were the result of me running out of time. This was the result of me thinking I had more time. This was like the first or second one I made. But this one's a really, really good creepy one. It gets kind of like intense. Oh, that's kind of cool. Old school red, blue 3D movies. That sounds fun. This one's got a little bit of a Danny Elfman vibe. That pattern that's on those mallet percussions in the background, it sounds like a little bit like a Danny Elfman thing, but it's definitely like... I was actually aiming more for the way that Nobuo Uematsu does the chase music in like Final Fantasy VII with the piano. Yeah, this might want to just be its own piece. Maybe I can turn all this stuff into a piece of music over here. This is about the same length, and we'll just do like long tracks. Would that be good? Maybe that's good. 5-minute pieces of music. This one here, it's kind of like a weird thing to compare it to. I actually like this type of rhythm hocketing where you take like your whole triplet feel idea and chop out pieces of it and create a groove out of it. I feel like I learned that from Lamb of God of all places. Like when I was in high school, like learning electric guitar, like one of the first heavily syncopated songs that I learned did that in a way that was like, holy shit, this is cool. And just make it metal without guitars is my new shtick. This one's like, yeah, this one stands for itself, I think. I need to redo the synth in this one as well. It's like kind of a corny synth sound, I think. I could have it be like louder and beefier if I use like one of my good synths. Joel loved playing Lamb of God riffs on nylon acoustics back in school. I remember those days. Oh wow. I used to do that too. So this is like the metal part, I guess. This part has a lazy string arrangement, but I think I can make those strings really scary. If I give them like, again, a weird comparison to make, but in the Harry Potter soundtrack, John Williams does like a like big string arpeggios just on the violins, and it's just, ooh, it's so good against like scary sounding stuff. This part I might also want to do with a smaller sounding ensemble. I also have this idea that I'm going to redo all the accordion with real accordion. So whether or not that's realistic is another story. I've got one in the other room, but I'm awful at playing it, and I could con my friend into playing it, but I'd rather do other stuff when I hang out with my friends. That's the Final Fantasy VII one. And this, like, it just mixed badly. I think it's a cool idea. Just 4 on the floor. Whenever I think of, like, orcs or, like, just, like, evil fantasy humanoids, like, I don't think syncopation, I think just beat the drum. What would a war drum sound like? Just hit it over and over again. This is a combination of the Native Instruments Symphony Series orchestral percussion and my Casio SK1 percussion library. Okay, that feels pretty good, and I feel like I want to come back to these I don't need. Those are just alternate versions of this. I sort of made intense only versions of that and mellow only versions of this for the D&D game, so that pieces of this can be used in non-combat areas and pieces of it can be used in combat areas. So we don't need those. This is like the pub. This is a really fun song, but it's like, where does it fit into this? I'm not sure. So the fun thing about that is that it's the same melody as this, just with a slightly different rhythm and very different instrument. And I'm proud of that. I did a version with pub noise in the background. That needs to go somewhere. That's like comic relief. That's like that scene in, I think it's like No Country for Old Men, where like the character like wakes up and there's suddenly like a mariachi band playing it. It's kind of funny. I do want to come back to that melody though. Would it make sense to do that here? Maybe come in this way or come in strong with the this one's kind of fun, just the accordion by itself. That could be like an intro to that one. Let's just try to combine these. I want to see if this can even slightly work next. Maybe it needs some type of a transition. This needs to be really quiet, and this needs to go over it. So, let's see how that feels. This is like silly. Even quieter. Put some like water sound effects in the background. Yeah, so this one here is like the dock district, sort of a carefree version of that main theme, with instruments that I associate with docks, probably because of the Monkey Island series. this whole soundtrack is like switching between like 80s horror movie and like Michael Land soundtrack. I feel like we can go here next. Yeah, we'll come back to that later. This is not for right now. It's for another time. 5 corpses. This is a good transition back in. This one's kind of a fun one. This is the this song in pentatonic, basically. So. Imagine that keeps going. The idea is, again, to come back to this and redo all of it as one piece so it all transitions nicely. But I want to have an idea for the order of stuff if I'm going to recompose it like that, because it's going to be a pain. Cannon blast bass kicks could be cool. I did some cannon blast in... Here, I'll find it for you. I had the sort of like music that was my test run for this. This thing right here. This one has cannon blasts, I think, in it. Yeah. Just every time. I made this for D&D also, sort of. That's a fun one. Anyway, Joel, loving these vids and tutorials from Australia. Awesome. Where in Australia are you? East Coast, West Coast? I've never been, but I've talked to enough people from Australia that I didn't realize how far like Perth was from Sydney, and now I like feel like a silly American for forgetting how big the world is. But yeah, nice to have you here. Let's just pretend like there's a good transition. What's our first note? Kind of traveling from a G minor to an E minor. It's a really nice change. You know, I could make a transition out of that change by itself. Let's do that real quick. No, give myself more time. This is like, again, this feels like Final Fantasy VII. Something like that. Adelaide, South Australia. And you live in Melbourne. Okay, cool. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. Are people singing that? I feel like that Bound for South Australia sea shanty was getting really popular on TikTok. Are people like suddenly like South Australia hipsters now? I wonder what that's like over there, because I feel like the only sea shanties that are like about where I'm from are the ones about like sailing to San Francisco Bay. But there's a lot of good sea shanties about like every part of the world. Kind of wonder how that dynamic happens. I hate it. This reminds me of that Final Fantasy VII song. Anyway, next we got this. This one also feels like its own little suite. It almost feels like a post-rock song or like a instrumental metal song. I'm just gonna let this one play out. I think this is another fun one. I think I made this one on stream mostly, so some of you may have heard it before. I think I wrote it on stream and arranged it off stream, so I think I added a bunch of other instruments and build up stuff on my own. Does New Orleans jazz count as sea shanties? I don't think so, but it's probably related in some way. I think that the big difference, like I think sea shanties are kind of like songs that you just sing unaccompanied. Like, so it's like a group of people singing the same melody, and the songs usually are like sets of instructions. So if you look at the lyrics, it's like like how many unit of measurement, usually like days does it take to sail from here to there, and then once you go there you sail west. Like, it's like directions to get places. But then, like, once you settle down somewhere, those melodies become melodies for other songs, and music ends up being kind of fluid like that. I'm gonna turn this one down. It's gonna get really loud otherwise. Just Josh, and I can't stop thinking about this. And it's tangentially related, because like the idea of a set of instructions being like, this is how many days it takes to get from point A to point B, and having that be like the lyrics of the song. So 56 BC was 445 days long, and I hate that. Like, that just bothers me so much. The idea that the year 56 BC was 445 days long, like, officially. Obviously not like the Earth taking a long time to get around the sun or whatever, but like, because of a change in the calendar system, they decided to just add like almost 100 days to the year to like fix a problem that they ran into. And like, years changed in length so much before that, and I always thought of like history books like, oh, people like live longer or shorter. It's like, years used to be like 300 days long, or like 320 days long, and then sometimes over 365 days long. And I feel like that's important to keep track of. Okay, so something's becoming clear to me, which is that this one, both feel like complete songs. And these feel like songs that need to be combined into a longer piece. So I think this is giving me a pretty good idea of how I want to approach this album. I think I do want to have pauses and like track changes between some of these. Like, this right here doesn't really need to happen. I feel like this could like fade out, and then you could have the horns come in almost like Symphonie Fantastique, the Berlioz piece that has like the secret fifth movement. I think that you just leave a pause and then have the bell come in, just completely copycat. It's a good use of tubular bells, but I think I want to leave this one alone. I'll think about how it would end. Yeah, that's actually fine. Yeah. Okay, that's a nice ending of that piece. Then I think here's a good place for this new like comic relief song. Let's do the version with the pub in the background. Why not? Yeah, I like it. What's up, Shadi? Welcome. Um, I'm gonna be streaming here for another 45 minutes, but if you want to hop on Discord and play a game of Wingspan after this, that sounds pretty good to me. This is like, I should get like one of my friends does like a sort of a pub band thing that would be great if they played this for me and recorded it. What if we played Wingspan while I'm streaming? If this is the end of your night, I could have it on my second monitor. I'd stop responding to chat, but I'd be playing Wingspan, so it'd be fun. If anyone else watching this has not played Wingspan, strongly recommended. Really good board game. Can't believe you made all this music. It's excellent. Well, thank you. I made all of it myself. All of this stuff. Right now I'm basically trying to figure out how to put it together, because a couple of people asked if I'm going to release it, and I was just playing it back as loops in my D&D game. So that's the end of the loop. I'll just figure that one out later. I need to make that one sound like it ends. This one, you can see where the loop is. You see the waveform's the same. Slice it in half here. Assume that it sucks looping. Oh, this one's cool actually. I like this one a lot. This is probably the most intense sounding one in the room we play D&D in, because the subwoofer, those drums, like just like shake the entire space, even at a low volume. I think that we just fade that out for now, out of pause, and put this in. This needs to be turned down. I am on a streak, aren't I? I need to draw some ravens. Have you misclick more often? What on earth is this one? The yard arm. Actually, this one here, that one might be kind of nice after this. Stop that one here, and then write some kind of a string transition leading to this part. I like this is called Magic Bode Symbol. I could actually do this being a little faster. If anyone's watching this and like writes music, where do I learn how to write for string quartet? This is like about as good as it gets for me, and I've never like really studied string quartet and as a medium, and I guess playing a string instrument would help. I feel like this is pretty good, but it's not quite the level I want to be at with that. And I guess there's also the element of like that would sound cooler played by a string quartet and not, by me. um, but like whenever I hear people's string quartet arrangements, I'm like jealous. I'm like, why the hell can't I do that? And maybe they hear mine and think the same thing, but I doubt it. I feel like this is like mediocre. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's good. But I'm self-conscious about my string arrangements and want to know a good resource for learning about that stuff. Other than the obvious one, which is study scores. There's only one string quartet that I like really love, and it doesn't sound anything like that. It's the WC one. This is like perfect after this. It's like movement too. This is funny. It's like a cartoon mouse running around or something. I think this is my favorite song in the whole soundtrack. As ridiculous as that sounds. I really like this one a lot. I should probably turn it into like... It reminds me of a combination of like a sea shanty type song and like that one scene in Conan the Barbarian. With that same percussion instrument. Yeah. This has got to be the last track. I think that maybe I go back to the main theme after this one, though, because it's so wild and out of character. Or I can write more music. It needs to happen that way, right? Oh. Is this loop? No, it doesn't. Okay. This is kind of our last one. This is our finale. This is like the creepy magic song. Hey, Blood Freak. What's up? I'm really happy with how, like, uncomfortable this one sounds. This is like walking in on a really bizarre magic spell, basically. I kind of want to be able to come back to this theme here after this somehow. Just throw it over here just in case I can. What if it sounds good next to it? It won't. Hey, hey, Aaron Smith. Aaron. I'm gonna call you Aaron. Hi, Aaron. Thanks. Love your videos. That's awesome. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, and this is not going to work at all. Right here. But I'm going to put it right next to it for the lulz, because this is going to be a really funny transition. Like, or lack thereof, I guess we could say. Indiana Jones. It is kind of a good credits rolling music, though. I think I need some kind of a transition from this back to this, or not having this be the last piece, because that just kind of leaves, it just checks out of the character of everything else. First of all, let's check what key we're in. That's G minor, and this one's in. That one's in E minor, so we're in E minor to G minor. We need an E minor to G minor piece, like this thing over here. That'll do it. I'm gonna write E minor to G minor piece to remind myself. E minor to G minor piece. Any of your projects on Instagram? Yeah, a few of them are. I'll put them in here. Francis Roberts. That's the same as YouTube. That's on Instagram. Oh god, it shows up weird because of my name is Francis here. That's one of my bands. That's my other band. Those are the ones that are on Instagram. I'm probably on Instagram somewhere else, but if I am, I'm locked out of the account. Those are the 3 Instagram accounts that I have like access to on my phone. And if I have other ones, I've forgotten about them. So Francis Roberts is where I put stuff related to this, related to my music, my soundtracks, my scores, my Dungeon Synth project like Astral Cauldron ends up being posted about there sometimes. I don't post about that much outside of YouTube though. And then Old Man Wizard is it's like kind of a prog rock band. We've got an album coming out soon that's I think pretty cool. It's like sort of like 70s, 80s rock, heavy metal type stuff. And King Gorm is like very like 1970s, like organ rock. Sounds like Deep Purple or Rainbow, something like that. But yeah, almost everything just gets dumped into the Francis Roberts Instagram. So let me see if I can come up with something cool that's going from E minor to G minor. This is a chromatic mediant. So E minor and G minor share one note, a G. And it's like, it reminds me of James Bond movies. It reminds me of Final Fantasy games. It reminds me of Old Man Wizard songs. I use that kind of stuff a lot in Old Man Wizard. Like really kind of an evil sounding chord progression. You do like stuff like that. Here's with Dude That's Badass. Follow them all from your black metal page. Awesome. Rad, thank you. I'll check that out. Let's do here. Let's do this. Yeah, something like that. Just like a really evil sounding. Something like that could be really cool. We just have to make it work. Try again. I like going to that A. It's like cowboy music now. Don't want cowboy music. I want evil zombie priest music. Not quite there. Getting close though. Nope. That's the closest I've come. But that should have happened right away. This is not on a grid, which is why it's ugly. Okay, let's hear that. Imagine that with the same instrumentation here. And then do it again, I guess. And right there, I think, have the opportunity to bring back that melody. Yeah, and kind of... when they just like hit them with it. Some type of a piece there. So there needs to be a transition piece, is I guess what I'm saying, to make this work as a complete piece of music. God, how long is this right now? 32 minutes. Okay, well, with a couple of transition pieces and some other stuff. That's not a bad length. Now the question comes back to, do I separate tracks or do I make it all one big thing? I really like the idea of writing like a 30-minute piece of music that's just like all this stuff stuck together as a soundtrack suite. Aaron asking, dude, that key sound is nuts. What is it? I'm going to need clarification. Which one of these? Are you thinking this one? This one? Or were you talking about the stuff at the end? Option 1, 2, or 3? Because I would like to answer that question, but I did all of this with a keyboard, so I'm not sure which one you're talking about. Okay, let's see here. I kind of want to play around with that idea of the E minor to G minor thing some more. Number 2. This one is... I'll let it load. Oh my god. It's taking forever to load. That's really funny. This one is... actually, it's Contact Factory Library. And it's orchestral, keyboard instruments, concert grand. And on my preset, I have the reverb set to concert hall A, and it's cranked. So it's just tons of reverb. It's kind of like the I think that I watched Hans Zimmer working on something one time on a video, and he was using like a piano writing tool that just like sounded like I didn't hate it. And I was like, oh, I should do that too. And so I made a button on Reaper, just a custom button up here, custom create writing tool piano track. And that's like up here, you can make custom buttons. And that one is track from template, contact, something. One of these. I basically put that on a sound. But yeah, it's I wanted something that covers the whole range of the keyboard I've got here, and it doesn't suck. something that's somewhat inspiring, but also really, 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 really just like not going to eat up tons of resources. And that's why I use the factory library one instead of a fancier piano sound as the starting point, because I don't care. And I think that fancy piano plugins are, overrated, honestly. Like if you can get that sound with a less fancy one, awesome. Blood Freak's asking, kind of want to know what the first one is. It's weird and I like it. That's the sauce. That's like the secret. I don't know if I can reveal that. No, I'll release that one as a preset. That's mostly Stock Creeper. I am worried about opening the project that it's from though, because it might. You know what? Let's do it. Let's just open that project real quick. I'm gonna. My voice is gonna cut off for a moment here. Project. Let's do new project. Okay, and now I'm going to open the project. Okay, my voice sort of still works here. Yeah, this is probably my same voice. This is the same as it was. Okay, so I've got it's a combination of a few things. Yeah, so this is that's that synth. The backing track is actually just it's a harpsichord. It's not actually writing to a piano. I changed this to it's just the harpsichord from the same library as the piano. The synth is literally that. It's one instance of resynth, square mix up, relatively narrow pulse mix, a sub oscillator going here. So extra sign mix is about a third of the way up, with minus 1200 cents is 1 octave below. So sounds like that. Such a good sound. So anyway, obviously this isn't the fun part. It's literally just resynth, but this is the sauce here, is this track labeled upside down reverb. So without that, it's kind of a fun song, but this right here is the magic. I will turn that one off real quick because that's causing some latency. So it's reverb, and in reverb you can actually I haven't done a video on this yet. I should do this next, actually. This is a great next video to make. Basically synthesizing a reverb with the reverb plugin. This one right here is the reverb generator and echo generator are pretty close to the defaults, and then I added the trim gain stretch, and I stretched the reverb out, and I'm reversing it as well. So the main echo happens at the end. So that's what gives it that weird like. Oh, this is muted. How the reverb swells. So that's what's causing that. After that, I am blending in octave down. So the reverb has an octave separator. Then I'm EQing out the low end, because when you add the octave down the reverb, it gets really muddy. And then I'm adding this ping pong pan, which is another just reverb stock plugin. And that's without it. With it, it's running at 15 hertz, 100% width, so it's just forcing the reverb hard left, hard right. And I'm exaggerating the stereo width with Ozone Imager. This is like kind of an expensive plugin, but I really like it a lot. So that's what's going on there. It's like a really big combination of stuff, and both that harpsichord and the synth are running through it. And the final result is with, I'll leave this on. Oh, you know what? I'm also running through this. So I have this drift control up. And that's forcing the pitch up and down, up and down. So all together. But yeah, you know what I'll do? Oh god, that's really just distorted and messed up. Hello, yes, okay. I'm gonna take this plugin off. I'll just duplicate this track. And on this version of it, we're gonna take this off because that's not stock reverb, and leave this stuff on. And I'll save this as a track template. I'll call it upside down reverb or reverb. Why not? And I'll put that track template on my website, and then we'll be able to download it, and it'll be delightful. That'll be a reminder to make a video about it. I'll try to put that up this week because I think that's a really great sound. Aaron Smith asks, that's funny. So Aaron Smith is actually the name of my Sweetwater rep. You know, when you buy stuff from Sweetwater, you get like a person that calls you like twice a year and like asks if you want to buy anything. Anyway, that name, Aaron Smith, is my Sweetwater rep. So I keep seeing that and thinking like, oh my God, did my Sweetwater rep follow my YouTube channel? I don't think it's you. But if you're my Sweetwater rep, let me know. And thanks for the candy. Anyway, you're saying, hey man, have you messed with Valhalla Reverb? I think it's still free. Wait, what? No, I haven't gotten it because I thought it was $50. $50. I guess they have a lot of reverbs, huh? They're all $50. Free space modulator. Oh my God! I didn't know some of these were free. No. Okay. Well, there's another video. I'll do a video on this. A reaction video to this one. I've been meaning to actually. I've heard that Vintage Verb and Room. I've heard that all of these are actually worth it. Like, I have friends that have bought every single one of these and say like none of them are a waste of money. These plugins are supposed to be absolutely like top tier, like beyond incredible. So, yeah, I'll grab these free ones for sure. And I'm also likely to pick up some of these other ones. I have a plate that I really like already, so I probably won't buy that one. But like pitch shifting soundscapes, like ethereal decay, that type of reverb, a better plugin for that would be cool. Reverb does it pretty well, but it's like I wouldn't mind a plugin that's like designed for it. So thanks for mentioning that. I had no idea that some of these were free. That's awesome. I will download this right after my stream. Cool. I'm glad you showed up because that's gonna make my night really fun. Andre says I'll be the guest star for the Room reaction video. Do you have that one, Andre? You're one of the people that actually recommended some of the Valhalla ones to me. I don't remember which one you told me you have. But anyway, I had no idea that there were the free ones on there. Are we done with this? I think we're done with this. This is just like an absolute mess. Andre has Room and is also really bad at hearing the difference between reverbs. I feel like I am too, and because of that, I kind of want one that has like incredible presets. I've got a couple of reverbs that I like. I got what is it called? The Abbey Road suite. And the Abbey Road chambers and plates are really good. I really like the plate. I use this on almost everything I make. but it's a plate. It sounds like a plate, so it doesn't really do other stuff. If you want it to sound like not a plate, you're out of luck. And the room only does small rooms. It's like a simulation of the Abbey Road chambers that they use for certain things. Fantastic for just putting stuff in a room, but it's bad for, you know, special effect reverbs. I really like those. They're too expensive for me to recommend them. Like I bought them. I got like a big plug-in suite that came with those as part of a bigger suite. So don't buy them on their own. They're not worth it. What do you got here? Yeah, a really great preset called 1999 Space Verb on Supermassive. And the room mic track for drums and it's lo-fi black. Yeah, that would be amazing. Lo-fi black metal heaven. Shoot. I'm excited. I kind of want to download it now and just like do my reaction video for a while, but I have to pee and I don't feel like getting up and then coming back. So I think I might just end the stream early tonight. And if anyone has any questions about this stuff, get it in the chat real quick before I dip. And I'm going to play you out with one of these. The one that I thought was the coolest one. What did I say? I said one of them was my favorite. This one. This is my favorite of my D&D songs. I don't even know where it's appropriate for. It's totally inappropriate for this area that I put it for. I have this place called the Yardarm. That's like the main like shore side like docks district place, but it's like currently overrun with zombies. So I feel like if the players can get rid of the zombies, I'll start playing this music. Anyway, thank you all for showing up. This is a really funny framing. I've got my like, oh god, which way is it? My pal here. All right. Yep, that's all. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time. I'm going to try to start doing these on Sundays. This last weekend was rough. Next weekend's rough. The following weekend's rough. Maybe really soon. I can't find my stop streaming button. Here it is. Good night.